So good morning, everyone. Let us discuss the PYQ of motion in 1D first. Okay. Now I'll just go through the every problem. Okay, right? And if it would be conceptual, we will discuss. Otherwise, if it is very easy, we will just go through it, right? So a car is moving along a straight road with uniform acceleration. It passes through 2 point P and Q. Again, I guess this is super easy, right? Super easy. Uniform acceleration is given, right? Speed is given. You have to find the velocity of car midway between P and Q. I hope this is super easy. So this is easy. You can do that. Second, a train of 150, yes, a train of 150 meter long is going toward north direction, north direction, speed of 10 meter per second, right? A parrot flies with the speed of 5 meter per second, right, in the south direction, okay? Right, the time taken by the parrot to cross the train is, so the concept, we will see the concept, right? This is based on simple concept, equation of motion, right? Very simple, average velocity. This is based on relative velocity, yes or no? So I can say, what is the relative velocity here? What will be the relative velocity? Super easy question. Tell me, everyone should say, what is the relative velocity? If two objects are moving in opposite direction, the relative velocity will be, Shashti, tell me. Renuka, what would be the relative velocity? Message to host. Don't you think? So this is super easy, na? Right? The relative velocity will be 15. Yes or no? It is v1, right? v2 minus v1 or v1 minus v2 doesn't matter, right? But here, since the direction is opposite, it will be minus of minus 5. So 10 minus of minus 5. Hai, okay? Right? Yes or no? Or in vector terms, velocity of A with respect to B. Velocity of A with respect to B is equal to what? Velocity of A with respect to ground, plus velocity of ground with respect to B. You should write like this. This is the general expression, AG, GB. So GG will get cancelled, right? But if it is what? Velocity of B, A with respect to B is equal to velocity of A with respect to ground minus velocity of B with respect to ground. Yes or no, right? Because velocity of GB is minus velocity of BG. Velocity of ground with respect to B is minus of velocity of B with respect to ground. Yes or no? Tell me, right? I guess this is the general vector equation. This is general vector equation. Okay. Okay. So I guess this is super easy. The distance is 115. So super easy. Next. What will the ratio in the distance moved by free falling object from the rest in fourth and fifth journey? Now, these kind of questions we have solved in class 9. A car covers first half, again 9th average speed, right? Same concept that we used in 9th. The bus traveling the first 1/3 distance, this one, next 1/3 this, right? Same average speed. The car moves in the distance of 200 meters. It covers half, same average speed. See, all of them are very basic problems based on average speed. I hope all of you can solve. The basic formula is total distance by total time, as simple as that, right? How many of you understood that you should not use v1 plus v2 by 2 all the time? You should not use this all the time, because this is only for one special condition. So whenever you get confused, just use total distance by total time, the basic equation. That's it. Okay. Calculate total distance, divide by total time, you will get it. Okay. Now, 7th one. The body dropped from top of the tower falls through 40 meters in the last 2 seconds of its fall. Right? Last 2 seconds. So n minus 2. Right? And it's second and n minus second 2 seconds. The distance is 40. So S2 minus S1 is 40. Can you calculate this? Tell me, yes or no? Sn is given, right? No. Sn minus 2 is given, no, right? But Sn minus 2 is given, which is equal to 40. Right? Yes or no? So just put the equation, put the value and solve it. Can you solve it? Tell me, yes or no? Think about it. 0 से n तक क्या होगा? Half n square, right, into 10. है ना, because u is 0. So this is Sn, and Sn minus 2 is equal to what? Half n minus 2 whole square into 10, right? Because same u0. So Sn minus 2, you will get the value of n, है ना? N square will get cancelled, you will get the value of n, right? It will be just a linear equation. Okay, now 8th one is super easy. Motion in one dimension, I guess super easy. Ayana, which of the following does not represent? Tell me. Guys, tell me which of them does not represent. This is, if you remember, right, this is a very basic concept. Okay, right? The answer is, again, the answer will be only one now. Very good, Renuka, one, right? Answer is B. Think about it now. Can an object have two velocity at same time? Common sense, right? This is not even a problem of physics, right? And this is not even a problem of physics, right? Very basic problem. Can any object have two velocity at same time? No, right? So the answer is B, correct, right? Okay. Now, ninth, I just told you, when you talk about Sn, right? So you just have to take the ratio, distance traveled by fourth and third second. Just take the ratio, yes or no, right? I hope all of you remember that the distance traveled by nth second is given by what? Tell me, right? Ut, so u will be 0, it will be what? Half a, right? Now, nth second is what? Tell me. When you talk about nth second, it is Sn minus 1. Yes or no? Tell me. And now, if you talk about fourth second, so it is what? Tell me. 4 second minus 3 second. Yes or no? Right? The distance between completion of 4 second minus completion of third second. Right? Yes. So it is 2n minus 1. Right? So see, are you considering, since it is dropped, so u will be 0, you will be 0. Okay? Got it, everyone? Right, very good, Sampradaya. These kind of formulas you should remember, these kind of formulas, right? Because you can solve problems very easily if you have this formula. You don't have to derive it in exam, actually. 10th one, I guess all of you have done already. I guess I remember that question number 10 is somewhere, right? And we have done this. This is, I remember we have done this. All of you might have done this because this problem came in, tell me, 9th Olympiad, right? Your soft, I remember this was in that book. What book was there? MTG wala, right? Archives question. Okay, so this was there. Anyone remember? Tell me, anyone remember? Because I discussed this in Avanti class. Anyone remember? No, yes. इतना याददाश्त तेज थोड़ी ना है. Tell me, what is the problem? Right? It accelerates from the rest with constant acceleration. So this is VT curve. Then it decelerates and stops. This is what? This is alpha. This is beta. Right? You have to find Vmax. You have to find Vmax. Can you find Vmax? Tell me. Can you find Vmax? You have to find this height now. Right? Tell me. So how to find Vmax in terms of A, B, and T? Total time is T. So I can say, sir, if the total time is T, let us see that this is T1, this is T2, yes or no? And it started from 0. Final was Vmax, right? Okay. So when you talk about T1, right, I can say that, sir, T1 is equal to what? Tell me. Acceleration is equal to velocity by time. Yes or no? Change in velocity by time. So change in velocity is equal to what? Vmax, right? By time is alpha. Yes or no? Right? I'll just switch time and acceleration. In the same, what is T2? Tell me, what is T2? Same Vmax by beta. Yes or no? Hi Anna, everyone got this? Now I guess this is pretty simple, right? T1 plus T2 is given as T. Just put it, we will get the value of Vmax. Yes or no? Yes or no? See how easy this was, right? Was this easy? Tell me. Honestly, tell me. Was this easy problem? Right? All the problems that we discussed, don't you think that it could have been solved with just the concept of 9/10? Tell me. Okay, next. See, these are the NEET problems. These are NEET problems, right? We will discuss JEE problems also. It will be like this only. Okay, so I guess this one, though, it was in. How many of you remember this question? Raise your hand. How many of you remember this question? Right? This was in MT, है ना? Right? See, NEET वाला question MT में आया. Okay. Next, 12th. 12th. Don't you think that these are the very easy problems? 12th. What do you have to do? S is given. You have to find velocity when acceleration is 0. So what do you have to do? Tell me. Differentiate. Very good, Sampada. Hai na? So just differentiate once, right? So the thing is, you have to find velocity when acceleration is 0. So first find ds by dt. You will get what? You will get 3t squared, right? You should know differentiation, and I hope that everyone know differentiation, right? Minus 12t plus 3, right? But you have to find this when acceleration is 0. So you have to find this dv by dt, right? Which is what? 60 minus 12. And you have to make this is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. So you will get the value of t, right? Yes. And then put this value in this. Got it? Got this? Okay. Right. Very good. So, see, I discussed all the problems till now because I would want you to know that how easy these problems are. Okay. Right? Okay. All of you, if you even give one attempt now, or before solving your TPP, you can just solve these problems directly. Don't you think? How many of you think that you can solve these problems directly even before solving TPP? Right? The problems of this is similar to objective physics book. Yes or no? Right? Okay. Now, in this question of 14, 13, super easy, 13, super easy. Okay. 14, again, super easy. You can solve. Now, 15 is conceptual. 15 is just conceptual. That's why. Just go through 15. Go through question number 15. Everyone, go through question number 15. Just conceptual. That's why. Now we will just discuss the conceptual problems, right? We will skip the easy one. Three different objects of mass m1, m2, and m3 are allowed. I guess this is super easy. We have already discussed this, right? In class 9th also, and many times in class 11th. Tell me, the speed of the three objects on reaching the ground will be in the ratio of, it should not even take 5 seconds. Tell me. Very good, Bhavna. Correct. Nazneen, Maurya, Manugna, Sinchana, Sanjana, tell me. Everyone. I got only response from Bhavna, Roshni. Very good, Sampada. Guys, please respond, no? Right? I guess you guys are not sleepy, right? Very good, Maria. Correct. So the answer is C, na? Because we know it doesn't matter what the mass is, right? Doesn't matter what the mass is, right? Velocity is same because the acceleration will be same. And we know that when we talk about the velocity, right? Mass is again, right? This is the experiment that we have seen since when we were kids, that if you drop a feather or a ball, right, both will fall at the same time unless until there's air drag, right? Anna, right? Okay, chalo. So now 16th one, everyone, 16th one. 16th one, 16th one, 16th one is bit, right? It is again, right? Every problem will be easy, but it is bit conceptual. You have to think a bit. Okay, everyone, just read the problem. Just go through the problem once. Jaldi, jaldi. So I guess all of you went through the problems, है ना? Okay, so the water drop falls at a regular interval. That's first thing, regular interval, right? That's the first information, है ना? From a tap 5 meters above the ground. So this is second information, right? Second information. This is first information, second information. The third drop is leaving the tap at an instant when the first drop touches the ground. So first drop, right? First drop touches the ground. Okay. Suppose in T time, है ना? Okay. And this is at 5 meters. So this is at 5 meters. Initial velocity was 0. Can you find this T? Tell me. Can you find this T? Yes or no? Can you find T? Ha ya na? That, see how to take approach, right? Sir, we know, right? T is equal to what? V is equal to U plus AT, है ना? V or S is equal to UT plus half AT square, है ना? So, right? Half AT square, U is 0. So 5 is equal to half into 5, sorry, into 10 into T square. So it is 5 only. 5 will get cancelled. T is equal to 1, right? So now, if it is right, very good, है ना? So T is equal to 1. Then first drop is reaching the ground and third one will be here. So don't you think that the second will be in somewhere in the middle? Using common sense, right? You can calculate also, but don't you think the second one would be in middle without even calculating, right? Don't you think? Tell me. Just using common sense. Hi, Anna. Right? Right? But this would be wrong, right? If you use common sense, then this will be wrong. This is the mistake that people can do. Tell me why this is wrong. Tell me, Sampada, tell me why this is wrong. This is one mistake that people can do, right? What is the mistake? A common sense, right? You again, same common sense, because when you talk about velocity, if the velocity was constant, then it will be here. Yes or no? Tell me. If the velocity would be constant, then it will be here, no? But is velocity constant? Tell me, is velocity constant throughout the path? Tell me, is velocity constant? No, na. So it will not be at the middle. Got it? Right? Yes or no? So this, right? So what you have to do? You know, right? Okay. Even though distance is not half, but what will be half? Time will be half, sir. Time will be half second. Yes or no? Right? That is the concept. Distance half me or time half hoga. Now you know time, you know time. So I guess all of you can calculate now. Now you know time. Can you calculate S? S is equal to same, right? UT plus half it square. So you will calculate from this distance. Okay. Now, this is the method. Suppose you don't have time. This is a CT level question. You have to solve it very quickly, very quickly. The question is what? How far above the ground? Above the ground. Above the ground, right? So you have to find this distance. Now, how I'm using, right, common sense. So this is wrong, this is wrong. I guess all of you can eliminate these two options, yes or no, without even thinking. Within few seconds, you can eliminate these two options, right? Okay. Now, second, this and this. We know that as an object falls down, speed increases or decreases? Tell me. Speed will increase or decrease? Think about it. Speed will increase or decrease? It will increase, right? So tell me. So distance covered in first half time, distance covered in first half time will be less than distance covered in second half time? Yes or no? Common sense. Yes or no? Using the same concept, right? Without solving, yes, right? So obviously this distance, suppose this is S1, which is covered in first half, and this is S2, which is covered in second half. S2 is always greater than S1, right? Okay, S2 is always greater than S1, right? Yes or no? So this is wrong, this is the correct answer, without solving anything, right? Because you are asked to find S2, right? So you have to, like, whenever you solve these kind of problems now, right, people, some people ask, so what is a trick, what is, right, some shortcut tricks? There's no shortcut trick, it's just common sense, and you should be aware, right, how to approach a problem, how to solve problems. Got it? Right? Sabko samajh mein aaya? So this is the method, and this is how you can solve in within seconds, right, within 5 to 10 seconds. अगर ये क्वेश्चन एमटी में आता ना, तो I'll tell you, right, around 50 to 60% people will make mistake. अगर ये एमटी में आता, आधे लोग तो छोड़ ही देते, सोच के ही छोड़ देते. Tell me, because you don't know how to take approach. That is what you have to learn. Okay, that is why you should solve more and more problems. Okay, so 17, I guess 17 is easy, you can do it, right? 17 is easy, you can do it. 18 is also easy, we just did a problem like 18. Okay, now I will discuss the conceptual one only. Okay, 19, easy, formula putting getting, right? I'll just leave formula putting getting problems. Okay, I'll leave formula putting getting problems, right? 20. Okay, solve 20. Everyone think about 20. Think about 20. Everyone think about 20. Go through question number 21. Okay, I guess all of you have gone through the problem, right? So a car moving with a speed of 40 km/h can be stopped by applying brakes at least after 2 meters. So I guess S is given. See, first of all, whenever you take approach, now write down the information. Doesn't matter, right? Are you solving a problem in physics or physical chemistry, right? This is very important for these two, right? Okay, because unlike maths, right, problem is not given directly. Ayana, tell me, right? If you remember, what was the difficult kind of problems when you talk about problems in class 9th and 10th? Okay, if it is a straightforward equation, you would able to solve it, right? You would be able to solve it easily. Ayana, right? If it was a straightforward equation, you will solve it. But if it is a word problems, right? Anna, then it was difficult, because you should understand what is given first. So S is given 40. Now it can be stopped. So this, sorry, this is not S, my bad, right? U is given as 40. Okay, Anna, U is given as 40 meter per second, right? What is S? S is 2 meter. What is U? U is 0. Can you find retardation? Tell me, can you find retardation? Can you find retardation? Tell me. Hi, Anna. Which equation of motion you will use? Tell me, Prashasti, which equation of motion you will use? Tell me, guys, which equation of motion you will use? Yes, very good. Anna, U, right here, V is equal to 0, right? V is equal to 0, u is equal to this. So yes, v square is equal to u square plus 2s. So I guess all of you can solve it. So a is equal to what? Tell me, a is equal to what? Right? If you, I'll ignore the negative value because I'm asking for retardation. It is u square by 2s. So this is the deceleration. Now, obviously, when you talk about the force applied by the brakes, it will be same now. Tell me, it will be same, right? So acceleration is going to be this only. Now, if the same car is going with the speed of 80 km per hour, what is the minimum stopping distance? Don't you think since acceleration is same, u1 square by 2s1 should be equal to u2 square by 2s2? Right? Now, in many textbook or in many other organizations, they will be asking that this is a formula, rut low. And now, this is a very basic thing, right? This is no shortcut, no formulas, right? Very basic. Can you solve it now? Tell me. I guess all of you can solve this, right? Guys, chalo. So 20 conceptual problems, you can note it down. Conceptual problem, please note it down, movie mat dekho, try something, right? At least try to write steps. Okay, 21 किया हुआ है, repeat question. Okay, 22 super easy question. I hope all of you know what's the formula of kinetic energy. Tell me, yes or no? Half mv square. So topmost point पे क्या हो जाएगा? बच्चे वाला क्वेश्चन है, बच्चे वाला super easy question. क्या हो जाएगा इसका आंसर? 0. Awesome, right? Very good सम पता है ना? Right? 23 super easy formula. You don't even have to solve it. Okay. Now, this one, 24. Tell me, 24. Just go through it. It is a theory, right? That's why I asked you to go through it once. 24 is also theory. Okay. Tell me, Yanshu. Okay. Now think about it. Now, question dekho. A man throws a ball with the same speed vertically upward, one after the other at an interval of 2 seconds, right? So first this and after 2 seconds also. What should be the speed of the throw so that more than 2 balls are in the sky at the same time? So here, when you talk about the concept, right? When you talk about the concept, what do you have? Okay, sorry guys. Yeah. So I was saying this, right? A man blow. So you have, according to this problem, you should have two balls in the sky at the same time. Yes or no? Right? That is the problem now. So what should be the speed? Okay. Now think about it. When you talk about this, what's the formula of, right? From here to here, v is equal to 0. You have to find, right? Acceleration is g, right? So what is the time taken? Tell me, what is the time taken? Conceptually, what is the time taken? Everyone, think about it. What's the time taken for this ball to reach the top? I guess all of you know this. T is equal to u by g, right? Yes or no? The basic formula, right? Yes or no? Hena? So if the first ball, if you throw the first ball, right? Hena? So it will go up and come down, right? Okay, right? So total interval is 2. So the second ball which must be thrown, right? The second ball which must be thrown, right? Clear here, right? Should have velocity such that the time taken by the first ball, right? Time taken by the first ball should be greater than 2. Hayana, tell me, this time taken by the first ball from going up and down should be greater than 2, na? That's why then only, right, both the ball will be in the air, right? So U by G should be greater than 2. Okay, right? So I guess I need not to tell you the answer now. I guess this is clear. This is obviously clear. What is the answer? Tell me, what is the answer? समझ में आया सबको? Right? Think about it, ना? Yes or no? Right? The time, total time period, total time of flight should be greater than 2. Simple. That's it. As simple as that. Now tell me, was this easy problem? Tell me, was this easy problem? Just one concept you have to think. Okay. Only Sampada is replying. Sampada, Renuka, Snigdho, Manogna, Ankit, sometimes Uttika, right? What about others? So gay. If you don't reply, you won't learn, right? Okay. Now, 25th. Can you solve 25th? Tell me. 25th is a problem of differentiation. It is not a problem of physics, by the way, right? 25 is not a problem of physics. It is just a problem of differentiation. Okay? Right? Okay. Now, 26, easy. We have done this. 26 is easy. Okay. Exactly the same concept, but in this case, distance is given as half, right? So you can solve 26. 27, easily you can solve. 28, 28, same. 28 is also easy. You just have to take the ratio of time. And now distance ratio is given, u is equal to 0. So I guess all of you can solve. Half a t1 square by half a t2 square is equal to s1 by s2. Okay. 29, easy, differentiation, right? 30, average speed. We have derived this. We have derived this in class 9th only, right? Okay. I hope all of you have already derived it. Total distance by total time. This is the formula, right? Because here you have to see, when I taught this, right? Okay. We have discussed the cases. In which case, which formula will be there? So this formula is when? Tell me. This formula is when? Tell me. This formula is when? When time is constant, yes or no? Du into t plus vd into t by 2t. So tt will get cancelled. So this is when time is same, time same. Okay. And this is when distance same, distance same. Agree, right? And here it is given that it goes and come back. So distance same, this formula is used. Okay, very good. Now this is based on integration, right? Okay. Because here acceleration is given, right? Hayana. So this is based on integration. 31 is based on integration. You have to do it because I know for sure that you guys are not very good with integration. Okay. You guys are not very good with integration, right? Even though it is a very basic formula, T to the power minus 1. What is the integration of t to the power minus 1? Tell me, what is the integration of, I'm not asking this case, I'm just asking, what is the integration of t to the power minus 1? Integration of t to the power minus 1 is? No, na. Log t, right? Integration. ठीक है, right? 1 by t integration is log t, right? This is the exception. Yes or no? That's why I asked this, right? That when you talk about t by n wala formula, n should not be equal to minus 1. Why? Because t by n is equal to t by n plus 1 by n plus 1, right? Obviously integration with dt. So if you put n is equal to minus 1 over here, it will be what? 1 by 0, na? Right? Yes or no? That is why, that is the reason, right? You should not use this formula for minus 1. It is log t, right? This is a mistake that generally people do. Okay, right. But here the variable is t, this t, right? Not this t. This is a constant. So I guess for this, you know, t to the power 1, so t square by 2, integration. But you have to find c, because we know that if you talk about f of x, integration of dx, it should be capital F of x, which is the integration, plus c, right? Plus c. And how to find the c? By putting the limiting conditions, right? So everyone should try 31. Write it down. Everyone should try 31. Very basic problem, very basic, but you just have to solve it, है ना? Integration, that's it. Okay. Physics नहीं है यहाँ पे, सिर्फ integration है. There's no physics involved over here. 32 again, formula putting getting, right? 33 again, slope concept. Maximum, what is the meaning of maximum velocity? Maximum velocity means maximum slope, yes or no? Right? Maximum velocity means maximum slope. Okay, right? So in which point maximum slope is there? No, maximum slope, C. Like answer C or point C, right? It is point C, point C. Maximum slope is there like this. B will be like this, A will be like this. Actually, the graph is not very clear, but you should make this, right? See, the slope is, right, very slant, point C, right? The answer is this. Okay. Now, 34, when you talk about question 34, right? Formula putting getting, you just find acceleration, then find time. 35, everyone. 35 is concept based on relative velocity. 35 concept based on relative velocity. Just go through it once. Go through it once. 35. Okay, so I guess all of you can understand the problem, right? So it is based on relative velocity, right? Yes. So when you talk about this, bus is moving with 10 meters per second, and scooterist wishes to take over the bus in 100 seconds. So time is 100. Velocity of bus 10 meters per second. If the bus is at the distance of 1 kilometer from the scooterist, right? So distance between the, tell me, distance between bus and, right, is 1000 meter, right? So within what speed the scooterist chase the bus? I guess we can solve, right? We can find V relative. Yes, very good. So V relative, right, is equal to what? Distance by time, which is 1000 by 100. So 10 meter per second is V relative, yes or no? Right? And since they're both moving in same direction, so velocity of scooter should be greater than velocity of, tell me, velocity of this should be greater than velocity of bus. And when you talk about relative, they're moving in same direction. Of velocity of scooter minus velocity of bus is equal to 10. So velocity of scooter is equal to 10 plus velocity of bus, which is 10 plus 10, which is 20. Clear? Everyone got this? Raise your hand. Everyone got this? सबको समझ में आ गया? Okay, right, very good. 36 अभी हम लोगों ने किया है, सेम रेशियो 36 डिट्टो सेम रिपीटेड है. Okay, 37 ball drop from again 37 also repeated. 38 definitely you just have to find ball, right? You just have to find the magnitude. Super easy question. 38. Okay, 39 differentiate, that's it. 39, right? 39 भी differentiation में हो जाएगा कि नहीं हो जाएगा? बताओ 39. गाइस 39 होगा कि नहीं होगा? कॉमन सेंस यूज करना है, डिफरेंशिएशन, राइट? हो जाएगा, ओके, राइट? जस्ट टू डिफरेंशिएट एंड सी. 40. A man of 50 kg mass is standing in gravity free space at a height of 10 meter above the floor. He throws a stone of 0.5 kg mass downward with mass of. सिंपल है ना ये? हाँ या ना? टेल मी. नाइन्थ में ऐसा क्वेश्चन किया है, कंजर्वेशन मोमेंटम लग जाएगा, यस और नो? राइट, राइट. दिस हैज नथिंग टू विद काइनेमैटिक्स, जस्ट कंजर्वेशन मोमेंटम, यस और नो? राइट, टेल मी, हाँ या ना? हो जाएगा, ओके? नाइन्थ का कॉन्सेप्ट, ओके, वेरी गुड. 41. Okay, super easy formula putting getting. I hope all of you know this, right? The formula is V is equal to root 2 GH, right? If an object is dropped from a height h at this point, it is root 2 GH, right? Directly, ना? Okay. 41 हो जाएगा, 42, 42, same, right? हो जाएगा ना? Right? X velocity is given. What is velocity? Tell me. 30 meter toward east. East is in this direction, right? So minus 30 I cap and 40 meter toward this 40 J cap, right? So you have to find acceleration. Can you do that? Can you do that? Yes or no? What's the magnitude of velocity? Or when you talk about acceleration, acceleration is equal to what? Velocity by time. So you just have to find the magnitude, na? Mayana, just find the magnitude. Yes, east is this direction, na? Right? West, okay, northeast, right? Sorry. East is this direction, na? My bad. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, east will be right. Sorry. So again, you understood the concept, right? So it will be this direction, right? Okay. So it will be 30 plus 30 and then this, right? But here the question is this, right? When you solve this equation, it is V2 minus V1, yes or no, right? Acceleration is V2 minus V1 by T2 minus T1, yes or no? Got it? So when you talk about V2, V2 is what? 40 J cap minus V1 is 30 I cap by 10. Okay, right? Okay, got it? Okay. 42 हो गया, 43 अभी हम लोगों ने किया, yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? अभी किया कि नहीं किया? Right? Repeated question. Yes. Now 44 super easy हो जाएगा, डिफरेंशिएट करना है. 45, tell me, 45 everyone. 45, 46 are the last problems. 46 easy है, डिफरेंशिएशन. 45 एक बार ट्राई करो. 45. ठीक, एक बार पढ़ लो. So I guess all of you can relate to this, है ना? Right? Stone falls freely under gravity. Distance is h1, h2, h3. First 5 seconds, next 5 seconds, next 5 seconds. Right? So can you find, right, the relation between h1, h2, h3? Tell me, हाँ या ना? Because you know now this formula of first 5 seconds is what? S is equal to what? Tell me. Half 80 square. H1 is half 81 square, right? Yes or no? Okay, on next 5 seconds. So if you talk about logical concept, right? If you think about logically, so first 5 seconds, it will be what? Half into 10 into 5 square, which is 5 cube, which is 125. This is S1. Okay, so next 5 seconds, right? Next 5 seconds, mean total 10 seconds. Yes or no? Total will be 10 seconds. Yes or no? Okay, then next second, so it will be 15 seconds. So you can calculate the distance now, I and R, right? Okay, that was easy problem. Okay,